school children in Lagos are set to test their strength, endurance, and fitness in the 2022 Lagos Kids MiniMarathon, an initiative which has been designed with the overall growth and development of the child in mind. To get a better understanding of what this is all about, we're now being joined by Enitan Rewane, who calls herself a former parent and who doubles as chairperson 2022 Lagos Kids MiniMarathon Planning Committee in the company of Danladi, Verheijen, a parent and member of the planning committee. Good morning, Enitan and Danladi. Good to have you in the studio.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
All right. I know that every February, Lagos State has the Lagos City Marathon. Last Saturday, we had one that kept everybody disrupted, for women. And now we have the ones that you guys are, planning for the kids.
Yeah.
What's this about? Why do kids need to be involved in the marathon?
Right. Actually, this is it's been planned by the St. Saviour's School Ikoyi, the Endowment Fund Committee. And we started doing this in 2017 because we realized that there's a need for children to sort of like develop the habit of what it means to live a healthy life. And so we felt that this is something we didn't just want just for our own school children. We wanted other children to also be able to do this with them. There's never been a mini marathon for children in Lagos. It's the first of its kind. Okay. So we had that registered, as a trademark and all that. And then we decided also that we wanted to be able to grow our endowment fund. Basically, we're trying to safeguard the future of the school. I sit on the endowment fund as the secretary of that endowment fund. And also, we also want to be able to support less privileged children. So every year since 2017, a portion of our proceeds goes to Slum to School. And Slum to School, their main focus is how to transform the lives of those underprivileged children who are living in those sort of circumstances. So part of our proceeds goes there. And so that's really what we're trying to do.
Very noble in many ways.
Especially when kids are involved. But let's get some, what has the reception been like generally from 2017 up till now in terms of, are you getting more interest from kids wanting to be part of marathons? Do they understand what this is really about?
They do, actually. I think they do. We are getting more interest. Our children in St. Saviour's, we usually even take them through the process, explain what it means for them. I typically start off by saying things, how would you feel would you like your grandchildren to be able to come to this school? And they're looking and thinking, grandchildren. But basically for them to understand that it's important that we support, we keep excellent education going. It's important also to be able to support those who are not as privileged as these children are. So they do understand, they get excited, they practice. Maji Ayida usually comes in and takes them on like practice and get the fitness, and the parents encourage them to go walking at home, go running and doing things. And then we also send the message around to the other schools that we're affiliated with and even to the government schools as well. So it's not just our children. So the excitement is there. And because of COVID, we couldn't have one in 2020 and 2021. Okay. So everybody's really raring to go. And we're having this one at Eco Atlantic, who have been very supportive in giving us that as a venue for us to have the run.
Within the Eco Atlantic
Within the Eco Atlantic, because for safety reasons, we decided, usually it was on Bodilon Road all the way down, but now it's Eco Atlantic, and that's a safe environment.
That's a very good venue
to
hold it as well.
So there won't be traffic concerns for anybody?
Exactly, no traffic concerns.
When is it actually?
It's on the 26th, next week Saturday.
Next week Saturday?
Yes.
Okay. And how many kilometers will they have to run?
Danladi is the expert there. He can answer this question.
Okay, so no, thank you. There are 3 routes.
Okay.
And we have kids of different ages. So kids from the age of 4 to 6 years old, they have a 1.2 kilometer walkathon. Mm-hmm. Kids of the age of 7 to 8, they run 3 kilometers. And kids of the age of 9 to 12, they run 5 kilometers. So the distance is really suited to, the participants there. You can't expect a 4-year-old kid to run 5 kilometers, right? It's really designed with safety in mind. We're expecting about 1,000 kids.
1,000.
Last year we had 800,
so
it's really growing, right? We'll have maybe over 700 volunteers. And really a real focus on, fun for the kids, because we want to make sure it's a really enjoyable experience, but also for the parents and adult volunteers who come to help us out, but also done in a really safe environment, right? So, we have, water stops everywhere, medical facilities, ambulances, and just individuals running with the kids or walking with the kids, making sure everybody is safe.
All right. You speak of this endowment fund.
Yes.
Let's talk about that a bit more in terms of where these proceeds are going. What kinds of homes and charities are you working with? Are there any charities or are there other specific...
We work with Slum to School, like I said, and even before then...
That's an NGO, right?
Yeah, it's an NGO.
Okay.
So we always give a part of our proceeds goes to them, and because we believe in what they're doing, and we know that they want to transform lives, so we support them. The school also supports other NGOs. I mean, we've had the times we've supported the Blind Society. You know, I remember when my children, you know, were there and all that. So the school has that tradition of giving back to those who are less privileged, and the children understand, you know, what that means, you know, and you know, St. Saviour's has a fantastic record of excellent education, not just academics, but also in sports, also in music, also in ICT, you know, and children who go to St. Saviour's end up, you know, doing really well. You know, they are more often privileged, but I also feel that a lot of parents make that sacrifice, you know, just to be sure that they can give their children the very best. You know, so we want to grow the fund. We keep growing the fund. We're reaching out to those who are less privileged, and then, you know, we just take it from there. But I'm not sure which other primary school has an endowment fund like we do.
Yes, it's extremely impressive.
Yes.
That's definitely
the school was established in 1951, so we're 71 years old. You know, and a lot of schools, private schools, they just don't last that long in this country. So we're looking forward to our 100th.
Right. I mean, I'm curious. 1,000 children are coming out, or plus minus 1,000. You did mention Danladi earlier, but I'm curious as to how have you approached this as an initiative. So for kids who are not specifically, I don't know if kids are aware of this, if they're sports inclined or fitness inclined. Is that even an option for a child to be aware of? How do you approach communicating and sensitizing them around this initiative? Do you say, are you more of a creative? Are you sports inclined? Are you know, I don't know.
Yeah, so we try to ensure it's not hyper competitive. It's pitched to the kids as a fun event, something to just come out and meet people from, you know, just collaborate more and socialize more with kids from your own school, as well as other schools. We've had schools from as far as Ekpe, Badagry, even Ogun State come and join us. So you get to meet and socialize with different people, right? And I think the importance of sports is sort of, it's not about winning, it's really about collaboration and socialization. Something that's really important now, as most kids are really want to spend most of the time on TikTok or on devices,
social
right?
media.
You want to get them out interacting. Sports is known to sort of build self-confidence, right? Keep you away from negative stimuli. I mean, physically or biologically, right, we know that active participation in sports induces the production of dopamines and serotonin in your brain. It makes you happier. So I see folks who start doing who start being active, the more they do it, the more they want to do it, right? And so for us, it's really getting kids along that path of wanting to participate in sports. So some kids may come, they may run the route, others may hold hands and walk. But all the time, at least as long as they're smiling the entire way, that is what we're looking for.
So it's all about that participation and just being a part of this fun activity. Exactly. And that will get them to. That's I like the approach.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, well, I suppose that it will be essentially pupils from different schools that you get. Are you reaching out to pupils from public schools, for example, so that you bridge the, you know, private schools, public school dichotomy? You know, that's one. And secondly, what do they get when those who finish in record time? You know, are there gifts, presents, or prizes to be won?
Yes, we always reach out to government schools, and even in terms of the kits, we usually would give them the kits for free, so that they don't have to pay for that as well. And we've even had children from government schools who have won. You know, yes, and we normally get our sponsors usually come up with the winning prizes, and we have cups and medals. For everyone that runs gets a medal, and that sense of I participated in this, and everyone that runs would have like a pledge. They usually would have a pledge form to get people to support them. so that they complete it, and it's that sense of achievement and accomplishment also makes them feel really, really good.
Yeah.
So we are definitely doing support, involving government schools.
So this is the 4th edition?
We started in 2017. We missed out 2020 and 2021. So ordinarily should have been the 5th. Okay. But now it's, it'll be the 4th, yes.
Right. And it's going to carry on every year?
Yes, it's a yearly thing.
Okay.
It's usually November. It's a yearly thing.
So I know you're just pretty much trying to get into this one. What's going to be different next year? What's going to happen differently? Like, do you try to bring in new features? Do you tweak it here and there?
Next year,
I mean, we're
Saturday.
ready here. No, that's why I said we're ready. Just
Okay.
this one. I'm pushing you all the way ahead.
Well, we've got some prospective sponsors who have said we should reach out to them next year, and I think that the prize may be a bit more exciting. I don't want to give it away. But this year, I think we do have sponsors like Zenith Bank is supporting us, MRS is supporting us, Tangerine is supporting us. I may have missed out a few. We have Pelon, who are giving us ambulances and all of that, and
that's really nice.
so we have quite a few sponsors. So we don't know what well, I can't say, to be honest. But it'll be good one.
I think the other thing is it's such a great experience for the 1,000 kids.
Yeah.
How do we dramatically increase that number?
Yeah.
The challenge is doing it safely,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Making there's a venue that can accommodate these kids, the security aspects of it. So we would love to have a race of 10,000 kids, right? But that's really, really hard to coordinate logistically in terms of security. And I think that's probably one of the areas that we'll look out some more, just really so we can spread this benefits to more children.
All right, I'm glad you mentioned security because that was right there.
Yes.
What measures do you have in place for that? Because when you have that many kids,
Safety generally.
safety is very key.
So in previous years, for instance, when we've had it at Bordelon, right, at every intersection where roads come, where there's a side street coming into the road, we've had security at those intersections, just making sure cars don't come onto the road, and making sure just our kids are protected from, hopefully anyone who may want to attack them or do anything else with them, right? So we have the same concept in Echo Atlantic City, but fortunately, Echo Atlantic City is more isolated and therefore a lot more safe.
That's right.
But that being said, we have up to 700 volunteers, like I mentioned earlier on,
700.
all along the route, just supporting and watching over kids.
Yeah.
Parents as well, they come, they don't just drop off their kids, they hang around to socialize, but at the same time, we've just got eyes on the kids. We've got official security along the way, which is, trained security personnel, volunteer parents, and then they're just the parents who are there just to watch their kids and also who.
Oh, that's really great.
And then it's like a party afterwards because we're going to have all of the bouncy castles and fun things for children to do and entertainment, music. Honestly, if I was a child right now,
Yeah, it sounds like you are making me wish that I
have to be there. Yeah.
All
No,
right,
it sounds like a
just
lot
a
of
few
fun.
seconds before we go. Just a quick one. I know what this is all about. What you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But then, any chances at all that you are thinking that in the next 10, 12, maybe 15 years, we'll have from these kids marathoners who'll be able to compete against the Ethiopians and the Kenyans who have dominated, that space for long.
That will be fantastic. Danladi can answer that because he's in the running. What do you call your
Club?
Club. He's in the running club, and I'm sure that we'll be watching out for those star runners. Yeah.
So, like my colleague said, I'm part of a running club. We do hope that we can inspire more of these kids to take up running or take up some form of active sports. We know they have the talent.
Yeah.
It's about sort of dedication and actually spending the time. So we hope that one of these kids will eventually win the Lagos Access Bank Marathon. But so we're sending them along that path.
Oh, wouldn't that be great? Well, absolutely amazing initiative and well done to you both. Thank you, Enitan. Thank you, Danladi, for joining us this morning. And all the very best with the event. I'm sure it will go really well.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
You're welcome.